Welcome to the Charron Zone. I am here with my friend Donavon Carpenter, and he is a singer, songwriter, trop rock recording artist. Donavon, what's up? Where are you and how
Hey,
you doing today?
hey, I'm doing great. It's an honor to be here, Tim. We're in Nashville, getting ready to put some stuff together and head south pretty soon your way. So
Awesome, awesome. Where are you coming down to? The Keys?
we're coming to Music on the Bay. We're coming to Rendezvous 2020. It's kind of my introduction into the Parrot Head world, and I'm excited about it. It's my first time to kind of be a part of those music festivals, and excited to be there.
Cool, man. And then I know this is going to be a huge highlight in your career, but the fourth annual Tim Sharon's Songwriters in the Sand in Key West in May.
Yeah, and that's exciting. For me, being brand new into this side of the music world, to come full circle, we visited Key West last year at the event, not knowing that I was going to be here talking to you a year later. And then to be able to be honored by you inviting us down, man, it's just an honor, to being brand new to this industry, to have some of the events that I've already been able to be a part of, sitting with Paul Overstreet and
Yeah.
sitting with the likes of, I mean, just Don Middlebrook. And there's just all kinds of just what I've seemed to be now as friends I've met along the way. It's cool to be able to now come to your event full circle, man.
Yeah, I'm excited for you to just the Key West Songwriters Festival in general is just amazing. I've been going to it, God, I think over 10 years straight. And to produce my own little event at Loggerheads, it's like the coolest little beach bar. They have their own little tiny beach right there, and it's just and the people, the owners are great. It's just a fantastic time. And all the songwriters playing their songs and then jumping in the ocean in between. But so everybody listening, or watching, just let them know kind of what you've been doing in the past year and what you're up to with your music.
Yeah, I'm only a year old as far as the music goes. A year ago, or year and a half ago, I wrote a little ditty for a corporate company that they internally funded and sent me to Nashville, and that got me started and got me an opportunity to record my record now that's been released 1 year, and have had so much success with several songs on that record. With another beach song, as you know, it's just people have resonated and connected with my show, and we put together a little tour last year to kind of go around the country to see if we were viable in the music industry, and it seems that we are. And then to find what I call the parrot head or the tropical Americana, that to me, we have just resonated with that community of people, with the Parrot Heads, parting with a purpose. And my music, a lot of it has a message behind the music, and to uplift, empower, inspire others to do something they love. And mine just happens to be dancing around and singing in front of folks. So it's an amazing next chapter in my life. So
Well, this is really really great because of course that the podcast is music, business, and life, and I like to have people from all different angles. Whether it's musicians or whatever, marketing people, branding people, just all anybody who can like add value to the people that are listening and or watching that are musicians. And like I always say, part of the reason why I started the podcast and everything is because I wish I had something like this 10 years ago when I really started to become serious about doing this. Because as you know, it's a great business, especially when you find your tribe, so to speak, like you have, which I think a lot of people, they haven't quite found that. So you're very, it's probably a testament to you as a person, but that this genre, I would say, of fans has really gravitated towards you and you towards them. So that's a real blessing to have that, because I think a lot of artists don't have that yet. Having said all this, it's great. I honestly think it's great to get your perspective, because like you said, you've only been doing this professionally for
Right.
somewhere around a year. So this is great to kind of the only thing I really want you to do is just talk a little bit to maybe some of the things that you've learned from that didn't go
Sure.
quite perfectly, or just tell us what you're doing that is working, so this way
Sure.
everybody else out there can take from what you're doing and use it for themselves.
Oh, sure. Yeah. For me, you don't really know what you don't know.
Yeah.
We started Donavon Lee Music under kind of the umbrella of a little project, and it just started to grow its own legs. And that's what, when I say you don't know what you don't know, I tell people I just wanted to sing for a living. I didn't know I was going to be in the T-shirt business and the customer service business, and
The customer service business,
uh,
that's the big
yeah,
one, right?
let me tell you, that's I think that's part of my big success is the connection that I have with my fans. And it's, for me, the music is living in service of others, takes us outside of ourselves, allowing us opportunities to see, or the ability to see opportunities ahead. That is a part of, I think, the connection that I've made, I think, with my music, is that I'm just so proud and glad to be able to say that the project that my fans and I put together has a quality project, has a viable place in the music business, and we have a reason to be here because of again, some of these songs were different when I wrote them and sitting around the campfire singing them, but now they've grown their own legs with the community of people behind the message behind some of the songs. And the collaborating with other artists, it was important to me that my very first record, by the way, that was a gift for my mother. It was, as 10 years old, I heard a Don Williams song and said, dancing with my mother, I said, "One day, Mom, I'll have a record of my music for you." And in my case, it took 45 years to get there. But it's just a testament to believing in the dream and then doing the work behind the dream.
Amen.
And again, that's where that customer service part of the music business has taught me a whole lot about, now I have an actual store. I mean, I never thought I would have, you always dream about having merchandise, but, collecting and collaborating with some of the most passionate fans that I have, those are the ones that you see behind in the screen making graphics for me. And I don't know how to do all that stuff, man. It takes a whole lot of people to get behind the passion in this business. And I think that's where that customer service and connection with the fan, we have a promotion going now where my fans can decide the next set of recordings that we go through. I've got a little competition, and you and I have talked before. I want to challenge you today. We'll put a competition together, Tim versus Donavon. But it's a gamifying charitable giving, a way to gamify it, and through apps and collaboration with others, we've been able to put together projects that can actually have the fans have a choice in which recordings we put out next. Trop rock versus country. I'm very country. That's country music will always, you'll hear some country music, whatever trop rock song I think that I pick up. But I think it's that connection with life and music that the Parrot Heads and Paradise can, get a little bit what music is intended for, taking you away from all those things that you don't want to think about at the moment, but still being able to live in life.
Escapism, yes.
Right. And then, but because of that partying with a purpose, that's where my music, I think, connects with the fans. Sorry to get off on a different subject.
That's cool. So quick question. So there's a I was going to say younger, but age really isn't relevant anymore, in my opinion. So there's someone who is just starting out, right? Friend of ours, say, and he calls you up on Skype, and he says, Donavon, I'm like, I have all these songs and stuff, and I've been playing open mics or whatever, right? He's done stuff, but he really wants to just kind of do what you're doing.
Right.
What would you tell him? Like, what kind of advice would you give him?
Yeah. I've told this story many times. So when I first started to look at really possibly recording some songs in a Nashville studio in a professional way, I was absolutely thinking, okay, I'm going to get prepared. It wasn't until I actually went on tour and went around the country allowing the songs. I told people we did house concerts before we really knew what house concerts were about or how to do them. Mm-hmm. I simply told my fans, I'm going to drive around the country. If you're close to this line, 100 miles, I'll come over. All we need are 20 or more people with a donating heart, because all we needed at that time were sandwiches and fuel to get to the next show. That's all we needed.
So I want to be really specific about this, just real quick on a side note. Mm-hmm. So for people listening or watching that have never done a house concert, I've done them, and they're great. They're literally, you can run them just like that, where you go with your guitar. I mean, you can plug into a little sound system if you have it. Play in people's living rooms.
That's right.
Now
we did washaterias, coffee shops, people's living rooms, backyards. It doesn't matter the venue. It doesn't matter where you're at. All you need is a few people to sit around a fire together or sit around and sing some music. Right.
And to make it viable to economically, what you do is you ask, this is what I did. In order to confirm the date, the show, you just ask the people that are going to be hosting it to make sure that they confirm, like, over whatever set amount of people, say 20 people at say $10 a head or $20 a head, that they donate to the artist, and then you go and you play a concert in someone's living room or on someone's farm, like I did, or really the venues can all vary, but that's kind of the basics on how you do it, and people do whole tours of house concerts, and they make a little bit of money, at least enough money to sustain the tour, which is and it's just an amazing way to make like that connection with true fans,
Yeah, and it truly is. And for me, it wasn't until the fourth show on that tour that I started getting it. It's a different level of performing when you get in front of as many audiences as possible. And that's why I say we happen to have a motorhome for our other life and our other business. So we took the motorhome around the country. But my point is, even washaterias, once that get in front of as many audiences as you can get in front of clicked with me, I'd sit on the little handrail at the washateria while we were washing clothes and end up making enough money to pay for the laundry that we just, all the laundry we just did. So
see, this guy's a rolling,
a
rolling micro music business right there. Like, literally, you're going from spot to spot, making a little bit of money to support the cause, basically.
Right. Now I wouldn't suggest doing this thinking you would make some money.
Right.
House concerts, in my case, because we were brand new and really didn't know how to do it, we were just really living on the dream that these songs have a connection with fans, and all we need are sandwiches and fuel. That's kind of. But my biggest, I think, realization was to get in as front of as many audiences as you can, even if now I don't have a show. Let's say I have a month span between two shows, because I wouldn't suggest being a national artist. Start off being a regional artist. It's a little cheaper in fuel.
I want to throw in a tip. I want to throw in a tip. Here's a tip that I don't know if many people realize, but if you are going to do any kind of a tour, so I started touring the same exact way, well, very similar to you. I started touring by booking a string of bars, restaurants, and making $200 a night and just stringing all those together wherever it was in the country and doing the whole thing. But you're going to lose money on your first however many numbers of tours. So everybody listening or watching, if you think that you're going to do a tour, your very first tour, your very second tour, your very third tour, and make money and make it, that doesn't make it, it doesn't work that way usually. And you just have to look at it as a business, and every single business out here in the world has had to have investments, and that's your investment. It's your investment in your time and your own money, so that you can go and hopefully at least make enough money to not lose money on the tour. And then that's how you build. But exactly what you're saying, getting in front of as many potential fans as you possibly can, and that's how you build. It's like any other business. You got to build it. You got to invest in it. You have to put energy and passion and finances into it to get that rock up the hill. And then once it starts rolling downhill, then you have momentum and things start working.
Yeah, and it's amazing where some of my most passionate audiences have come from some of the most craziest places. A grocery store, hey, meeting somebody. Oh, yeah, you want to hear one of my songs? Sure. I got the guitar out in the truck. All of a sudden, we have an audience in a parking lot. And we have an audience of people that are passionately wanting to connect and follow where you go. Now, we've got places that we have gone, Key West and Hollywood and different places, that now we're meeting fans from a year ago that we met that have been following. They know my songs better than I do.
Yeah, I have that too, unfortunately, because I always forget the lyrics to my songs.
Oh, I'm so glad you said that.
Yeah.
That's my most embarrassing moments. They are.
Dude, own it. Just own it. Just, just tell people, look, I write a lot of songs, whatever.
Yeah. And sometimes the song that I'm supposed to sing right now is not the song that's playing in my head. I just got to go to the next song, and I'll get back to it, guys. But I'm
taking you on a journey. Just come with me.
That's right. And I even tell people, and that's kind of why I think I'm connecting with fans too, is the messages behind my songs. Hang on just a minute if you're laughing, because I'll have you crying shortly, and then you might be mad at me at another one, but we'll get you back. It's that journey, I think. And what I mean by that is in front of as many audiences as you can. I don't care if they're 2 people or 200.
Amen.
Just getting that customer service, thinking as a business, not me and my guitar. That mind shift is pivotal.
Yes. This is perfect, Donavon. This is exactly what I believe as well. And I preach this. Some of my longest term, most passionate fans are people that I've met at, literally playing at a restaurant or playing at a house concert or playing at a little dive bar. And the cool thing is exactly what you're describing, right? So say it's the shoe is on the other foot, right? You go to a little bar, restaurant or something, and you see this person performing, and you're like, oh, I dig this music. This is cool. Oh, that's a cool song, right? So, they go up and you come up to them and you say hi to them, and they meet you for 5 minutes or 2 minutes at this little bar or restaurant, right? And then, so they start following you, and that's the magic of social media and the power of it.
It really is. People
are always putting it down, but I wouldn't have a career if it wasn't for social media, because the cool thing is the more you do, or I do, or any of us as an artist, it's super cool for that person that met you at 7-Eleven or at a gas station to follow your career and to see, oh, he's doing this tour in wherever, Nebraska, and oh, that's really cool. And you let them into your world, and then you start doing bigger and better stuff, and you have all this success on radio with your songs and stuff, and then they're like, well, I knew that guy when he was playing, when he just pulled out his song at 7-Eleven and played a song for me, pulled out his guitar and played a song for me. It's interesting. I don't know if you know Tyler Farr, but Tyler Farr is a country star now, and I have the same kind of story with him. We were in Nashville. We went to a friend of ours' thing at the Tin Roof. It was like everybody had cleared out. It was a couple of songwriters, and then, at 1 o'clock in the morning, just playing a couple songs. And this guy, played this song to nobody, and it was a song called Hello Goodbye. And I was just like, wow, that song's great. So I went up to him and said, hey man, I love that song. Keep up the good work. And then next thing you know, he's got 5 number 1 hits, and he's always touring with Jason Aldean. So
and that's what I love about this genre that we're talking today about. This genre of people, the singer-songwriter fan is, I guess, what I'm talking about. We think of kind of that small group of people in Nashville putting out country music, and that small group of people putting out hip hop, and when I think people are finding that there are truly talented people right next to you, and it's getting in front of as many audiences as you can, even if it's 2 people or 200, it doesn't matter, because it just, that performance level, that mind shift takes you to a business sense, and then it's commerce. It's not personal,
This is really great, and I'm literally gonna clip this part and put it out because it's a golden nugget for up and coming singer, songwriters, musicians, right? So what Donavon is saying is, in a nutshell, play everywhere you can and shift your mind from this this idea, which I think a lot of us, kind of grew up with certain ideas about the music industry, but do yourself a favor and shift your mind to one fan at a time. And just like you said, if you're playing for 2 people, that's as important as playing for 2,000, because those 2 people hopefully will become super fans that follow everything you do and support you. And then if you just keep doing that and play, like you said, play everywhere you possibly can, and then you use the numbers to your advantage. It's a numbers game. So the more people that you get in front of, the more potential fans, obviously. And the more people that you get in front of, the more you become a better singer, a better songwriter, a better performer, and a better business person.
And the more opportunity shows itself in front of you. There's opportunities have come from just, man, I wasn't supposed to be here, but so-and-so called, said you were coming. I thought I'd come check out what's going on. And they have opened up a door that is something for opportunity. I mean, that's truly, when you say one fan at a time, When you have one fan bring somebody that wasn't a fan that becomes a fan, that's opportunity that just presented itself.
And you know what that is? We'll use a business term. That's compounding interest, baby.
Yeah, that's right.
That you're gonna take for the rest of your life as long. See, I get so excited about this stuff because, and I'm glad I'm talking to you because you obviously, like, we're connecting on the same ideas. Like,
Right.
I really look at all of this stuff that I'm doing, connecting with fans, and really going out of my way to connect with fans in a true way. I look at that as an investment in my whole life. It's an investment in my music. It's an investment in my business. And to me, it compounds because, like I said, you meet somebody and then 2 years later they're following you and you're doing bigger and better stuff and they're all excited for you and they're going to be like, hey, check out my friend Donavon. Now he's doing this, and watch him. Now he's doing this. And then you come into their town and they're bringing all these people to go see you because they're following you, and it just compounds. The momentum shifts in your favor and it starts rolling downhill, and that is an investment in yourself, in your music, and in your business. So yeah, man.
I would only thing I would add to that, really, in performing in front of as many audiences as you can get in front of, that also means, for instance, there was a festival that we just had in Key West, the Meeting of the Minds Festival. I was only scheduled for a 20-minute spot on one stage. But because I was down there available and ready, there was opportunity that presented itself. There was no reason I was supposed to play on a round robin with Jesse Rice and Paul Overstreet. One of the newest, Paul Overstreet, I followed all my life as a songwriter.
He's a beast.
To be with such talent and Paul, and then kind of the new up and coming talent and Jesse, and then this guy sitting with them too.
Just so everybody knows,
not heard of.
Jesse is one of the co-writers of the song Cruise, which was one of the biggest hits of the decade.
Right.
And Paul Overstreet is literally like a songwriting legend. So that's impressive.
But for me, being a rookie, there's no reason I should have been on that stage other than being available, being ready, having the message behind the music. Just being that one fan at a time creates an opportunity. Hey, man, this guy's great. Hey, did you hear this guy? Oh, really? Well, yeah, come on, let's make it happen. So that's, I was only supposed to be on one stage for 20 minutes at the Tiki House, ended up being on 8 stages in that 4 days. Be available and ready is the other part of that. You talked about preconceived perceptions from my childhood. I was going to be the next, Blake Shelton, and there was going to be a party on the bus every night. Since my record release, I think I've partied less than I ever have in my life. So
Amen.
And that I think is being available, ready, is just available for the opportunity when it presents itself. Because you never know what fan is going to connect you to the next opportunity.
I love it. Absolutely perfect. And we will wrap up by you telling everybody listening and watching where they can find you and check you out. And we will see you at Tim Charron's, that's me, 4th annual Songwriters in the Sand in Key West in May.
Yeah, Songwriters in the Sand in Key West. That's going to be a great. It's just an honor to me. Thank you for allowing me to come be a part of that. You can go to www.donavonleemusic. My name is spelled different than most, so Donavon, Don Avon. That's kind of why don't we capitalize the A? Yeah, it's just my sister's one that started that. She's called me that all my life. So Don Avon, but DonavonLeeMusic.com. And all the social media, that's, as an independent artist, you kind of highlighted on a little bit. I would not be where I am without social media and the fan being able to tell another fan about another friend about who I am and what I'm
Yes.
doing.
So I just
I
want to
would
throw in
just
there every single musician and or every single person that has everybody that's in business, and we're all in business. No matter what we do, if we even work, for someone else, we're still in business, for
right.
ourselves. I would just encourage everybody to embrace the power and the positive things about social media. That's my message I want to leave with everybody. So
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Go
yeah,
ahead. I didn't
definitely.
mean to interrupt.
No, no, it's fine. Yeah, and share, share, share. But what we're finding that the quality comments truly tells the world how you feel about our music. Those are the things that, as an independent artist, needs to get to that next level. Just to get that, it's so far from the level we're on to the next level. It's every effort from every fan that helps comment on the message, the music that they love, and letting others know the opportunity ahead. So
Absolutely. Okay, one more time. Where can everybody find you?
www.donovanleemusic.com. You can book from there. You can purchase music. You can merchandise. So there's all kinds of things. We're new enough that we don't really have a fan club yet. We're trying to build one. We're trying to figure out which avenue. There's so many different ways to do one thing in this business. So we're trying to find out the best way that gives the best value to what we do. And so yeah, all the social media on the Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, we're on all of that too. Yeah, the comments help us tremendously. Let others know what about the music. So thank you so
Awesome.
much, Tim, for having me. It's just an honor to be here with you today, and I think we can be get ready to do some stuff together soon too. So I can't wait
Absolutely.
to see you in Key West, man.
Yeah, man. I really appreciate you being on. Thanks for your time. And, I really think that, musicians, singers, songwriters, people are going to get a lot of value out of your experience. So I appreciate it. And I
Thank you.
just want to remind everyone that they can get my free book on how to book gigs and explode your music career at howtobookgigs.com.